Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Spin It Reviews vinyl collection series thing. I'm going to come up with a name at some point. For now, I'm just kind of testing it out. So like I said in the Spin It Resolutions video just about a day ago, a big goal of mine for this year is that I want to do a video going through my vinyl collection. And I'm excited I'm going to do that through a series of videos where I go through these in alphabetical order, each of these being me going through a letter or two depending on how big that is. And in this first episode, we're going to be doing the numbers and the A's. Let's get this thing started. First off, is a 7-inch of the 1975's Falling For You and Haunt / Bed. Like I said in a recent podcast, I don't really get these guys. This is just one of those 7-inches that I found for $2 at the record store and figured I'd pick it up because why not? And yeah, I don't really get it. There are going to be some of these where I just don't have anything to say, so this is one of those. But one 7-inch I am happy to talk about is 68's Midnight. I've talked about this duo a couple times on this channel, both in the Stick to Your Guns concert review and in the Warped Tour recap. If you're into some really, dirty, screamy, hardcore punk meets post-hardcore meets, old school garage, hard rock, all those kinds of styles mashed together, but with a very simple guitar and drum setup, then you're gonna really dig these guys. I still haven't listened to the album they put out in 2014, but I'm really looking forward to whatever they put out next. And would you look at that? Nice little caramel colored vinyl there. Next up is another 7-inch, Ryan Adams, Gimme Something Good. I kind of regret not getting around to Ryan Adams' self-titled album when that came out in 2014, because I really love that album. I am a pretty big Tom Petty fan, and that album, and this song especially, Gimme Something Good, really recall, Damn the Torpedoes, and those really early Heartbreakers records, probably because Ben Montench does play on most of the songs on that album. This is just one of those great classic rock throwback singles where it does have that sound, but it also works because it kind of stacks up there with those instantly recognizable singles. But yeah, Ryan Adams, if you got into him through his 1989 cover, this is another song to check out. Getting into LPs, next up is Aerosmith's Draw the Line. So this is a prime example of the idea I have now that when you're buying the inflated price new vinyl that comes out, you should probably stick to the stuff you already heard. Because, first off, I'm not sure if I've talked about this on channel, but I am a pretty big Aerosmith fan. Like I've talked about with Def Leppard, they're one of those bands that just got me into rock music and just music in general when I was around 10 or 11 or so. So about a year ago on Record Store Day, they reissued a ton of their classic albums on vinyl, including two of my favorites, Toys in the Attic and Rocks. I hadn't heard this album Draw the Line yet. Draw the Line, in case you don't know, is the album that came out in 1977, a year after Rocks, which is considered by many to be their all-time classic album. And I'd heard a couple songs from this that I really liked. The title track, Draw the Line, which is probably the only lasting single to come from this. So I decided to get this, and it's okay. You could really tell that the drugs were getting to these guys at this point, and that it would be the last album in a long while to feature that original lineup before it all was kind of splintered off. I'm not going to say there aren't any good songs on this. Draw the Line, Bright Light Fright, which I believe sung by Joe Perry, again, Kings and Queens, a couple other songs. But yeah, I wouldn't quite put this up there with their best albums. Pretty cool cover, though. And the last record I'm going to be showing you today is The Arcs, Yours Dreamily. So this is another example of why, with new vinyl, it's probably a good idea to listen to it before you buy it. I kinda propped this up in my review in Haiku about this recently, where I said that Dan Auerbach redeemed himself after butchering Cage the Elephant on their last album. And while this is better than that, it's still really boring. Outside a couple songs Out of My Mind, Put a Flower in Your Pocket, and especially Stay in My Corner, that's a great song. Really all the singles to come from this, most of it is just really underwhelming psych rock revivalism with some just bad experimentation thrown in here and there. It's serviceable, but definitely not the kind of album worth spending $21 on. Again, cool cover though. And that's the first episode of my vinyl collection series. I want to keep this video short, so I'll see you next time.